What if I told you the difference between a few peppers and a plant overflowing with them comes down to a precise timing secret? It's not magic, it's science. And we're about to reveal the exact feeding schedule that makes all the difference. Prepare to finally get the robust pepper harvest you've always dreamed of. Are your pepper plants just okay? Do they lack that explosive growth and robust health you dream of? The problem might be simpler than you think: your feeding schedule. I'm about to reveal my revolutionary 24-hour feeding cycle, a meticulously observed technique that has cultivated exceptionally strong and productive pepper plants for me. Get ready to transform your garden. The pepper problem. Why your plants are underperforming. Picture this. You've got two pepper plants side by side. One is droopy, producing maybe 3 sad little peppers all season. The other is absolutely bursting with vibrant plump peppers hanging from every branch. The difference isn't luck, genetics, or even sunlight exposure. It's all about feeding precision. Most gardeners make the same critical mistakes when it comes to pepper nutrition. They either overwhelm their plants with fertilizer once a week, creating nutrient burn and lockout, or they forget to feed altogether until their plants start showing obvious deficiency signs. Some follow generic feeding schedules that treat all growth phases the same way, ignoring the fact that peppers have dramatically different nutritional needs as they transition from vegetative growth to flowering and fruiting. The core problem is timing. Plants don't just sit there passively waiting for nutrients. They have internal clocks, circadian rhythms that dictate when they're most receptive to different types of nutrition. When we ignore these natural cycles, we're essentially trying to force-feed a sleeping person or starving someone who's ready for a feast. Your peppers aren't getting what they need precisely when they need it, and that's why they're underperforming. The 24-hour cycle breakthrough, my secret revealed. Here's where everything changes. After years of experimenting and observing plant behavior, I've developed a 24-hour feeding cycle that transforms ordinary pepper plants into productive powerhouses. This isn't about expensive equipment or complicated chemistry. It's about understanding and working with your plant's natural rhythms. The 24-hour feeding cycle mimics how plants naturally uptake nutrients in the wild. During different times of day, peppers prioritize different biological processes. Early morning brings rapid cell division and leaf expansion. Midday triggers flowering hormones and fruit development. Evening shifts focus to root strengthening and nutrient storage. By aligning our feeding schedule with these natural phases, we optimize every aspect of plant health. The system works because it prevents the feast or famine cycle that stresses plants and reduces yields. Instead of shocking your peppers with a massive nutrient dose once a week, we provide steady, targeted nutrition that matches their metabolic needs hour by hour. Plants respond within days, not weeks. You'll see deeper green foliage, stronger stems, more abundant flowering, and significantly increased fruit set. Breaking down the day. What nutrients, when? Understanding the daily nutritional dance your peppers perform is the key to maximizing their potential. Each phase of the day calls for specific nutrients that support the dominant biological processes happening at that time. As dawn breaks and photosynthesis kicks into high gear, your peppers are focused on vegetative growth. This is when new leaves unfold, stems elongate, and the plant builds the foundation for future fruit production. During these crucial morning hours, nitrogen takes center stage. Your plants crave this essential macronutrient to fuel rapid cell division and chlorophyll production, but nitrogen alone isn't enough. Trace minerals like iron, manganese, and zinc play supporting roles in enzyme activation and photosynthetic efficiency. A morning feed should emphasize these growth-promoting elements while maintaining balanced ratios that prevent nutrient antagonism. I've found that a slightly higher nitrogen concentration during morning feedings, combined with micronutrient complexes, produces the robust vegetative growth that sets the stage for heavy fruit production later. As the sun reaches its peak intensity and temperatures rise, your pepper plants shift gears dramatically. Flowering and fruit development take priority, and your feeding strategy needs to match this transition. This is when phosphorus becomes your secret weapon. Phosphorus drives flower formation, pollen viability, and fruit set. During these afternoon hours, peppers are making critical decisions about reproduction. Adequate phosphorus ensures strong flower clusters, successful pollination, and the initial fruit development that determines your final harvest size. Potassium works alongside phosphorus during this phase, strengthening cell walls in developing fruits, and improving the plant's ability to transport sugars and starches to growing peppers. The afternoon feed should gradually shift away from nitrogen-heavy formulations toward phosphorus and potassium-rich blends. This doesn't mean eliminating nitrogen entirely, but rather adjusting ratios to support the plant's changing priorities. Calcium also becomes increasingly important during afternoon feedings, as it directly impacts fruit quality and prevents common disorders like blossom end rot. As darkness falls and photosynthesis winds down, peppers enter their recovery and consolidation phase. This is when root systems strengthen, nutrients are distributed throughout the plant, and cellular repair processes operate at peak efficiency. Evening nutrition focuses on supporting these behind-the-scenes activities that determine overall plant resilience. During nighttime hours, peppers benefit from gentle, easily absorbed nutrients that support root development and stress recovery. Magnesium becomes particularly important, as it aids in chlorophyll maintenance and enzyme activation. Sulfur supports protein synthesis and oil production in developing fruits. The evening feed should be lighter than morning and afternoon applications, focusing on quality over quantity. Root health is paramount during this phase. Beneficial nutrients like calcium and boron strengthen root cell walls and improve nutrient uptake efficiency. A well-designed nighttime feeding program ensures your peppers wake up each morning ready to maximize the coming day's growing potential. Creating your own 24-hour feeding system doesn't require a degree in plant science or a massive budget. The beauty of this approach lies in its scalability and adaptability to different growing situations, whether you're managing a small patio container garden or a full greenhouse operation. So, let's talk about the essential components and setup. Start with basic timing equipment that allows for multiple daily feeding cycles. Digital timers with multiple program settings work perfectly for smaller systems, while more advanced growers might invest in programmable irrigation controllers that offer precise timing and duration control. The key is consistency rather than complexity. Your nutrient delivery system can range from simple gravity-fed setups to automated pump systems. For container gardens, elevated reservoirs connected to drip lines provide gentle, controlled nutrient delivery. Larger operations benefit from small circulation pumps that can handle multiple zones and varying flow rates. Remember, we're aiming for steady, measured nutrition rather than flood and drain approaches. Reservoir management becomes crucial in a 24-hour system. Separate nutrient solutions for different feeding phases prevent chemical interactions and allow for precise nutritional targeting. 3 small reservoirs work better than 1 large mixed solution, giving you the flexibility to adjust individual feeding phases as your plant's needs change throughout the growing season. Alright, let's talk about the essential components and setup. Start with basic timing equipment that allows for multiple daily feeding cycles. Digital timers with multiple program settings work perfectly for smaller systems, while more advanced growers might invest in programmable irrigation controllers that offer precise timing and duration control. The key here is consistency rather than complexity. Your nutrient delivery system can range from simple gravity-fed setups to automated pump systems. For container gardens, elevated reservoirs connected to drip lines provide gentle, controlled nutrient delivery. Larger operations benefit from small circulation pumps that can handle multiple zones and varying flow rates. Remember, we're aiming for steady, measured nutrition rather than those flood and drain approaches. Reservoir management becomes crucial in a 24-hour system. Separate nutrient solutions for different feeding phases prevent chemical interactions and allow for precise nutritional targeting. 3 small reservoirs work better than 1 large mixed solution, giving you the flexibility to adjust individual feeding phases as your plant's needs change throughout the growing season. Now, choosing the right nutrients for each feeding phase requires understanding both plant biology and nutrient chemistry. Water-soluble fertilizers work best for this system, as they provide immediate availability and precise control over concentration levels. For morning feeds, look for fertilizers with higher nitrogen ratios, typically in the 3:1:2 or 4:1:3 NPK range. These formulations support vigorous vegetative growth while providing sufficient phosphorus and potassium for balanced development. Micronutrient packages containing iron, manganese, and zinc ensure optimal photosynthetic efficiency during peak light hours. Afternoon nutrition shifts toward bloom-boosting formulations, often labeled as 1:3:2 or 1:4:2 ratios. These phosphorus-heavy blends promote flower formation and fruit set, while maintaining adequate nitrogen for continued growth. Potassium levels should increase during this phase to support fruit development and improve plant stress tolerance. Evening feeds focus on recovery and maintenance, using balanced formulations in the 111 or 211 range. These gentler nutrients support overnight processes without overwhelming the plant's capacity to absorb and utilize nutrition during lower activity periods. Success with the 24-hour feeding system depends on careful observation and adjustment. pH levels need constant attention, as different nutrients perform optimally within specific pH ranges. Peppers generally prefer slightly acidic conditions between 6.0 and 6.8, but individual feeding phases might benefit from minor adjustments within this range. Electrical conductivity, or EC, and total dissolved solids, or TDS measurements help prevent both underfeeding and nutrient burn. Start with lower concentrations and gradually increase as plants demonstrate a positive response. Healthy pepper plants in this system typically thrive with EC levels between 1.2 and 2.0, depending on growth stage and environmental conditions. Plant response indicators tell the real story of system effectiveness. New growth should appear consistently, with deep green coloration and sturdy stems. Flowering should increase noticeably within 2 to 3 weeks of implementing the system. Most importantly, fruit set and development should show dramatic improvement compared to conventional feeding approaches. The transformation in pepper productivity using this 24-hour feeding approach isn't subtle. Plants develop stronger root systems, produce more abundant flowering, and set significantly more fruit than their conventionally fed counterparts. Harvest yields often double or triple, with improved fruit quality including better color development, enhanced flavor, and longer storage life. But the benefits extend beyond just quantity. Pepper plants operating on this optimized nutrition schedule show improved disease resistance, better stress tolerance, and more consistent production throughout the growing season. The steady nutrient supply eliminates the boom-bust cycles that weaken plants and make them susceptible to pest and disease problems. Your journey toward pepper perfection starts with implementing this system in your own garden. Begin with a small test group of plants to observe the effects before expanding to your entire pepper collection. Start with lower nutrient concentrations and gradually increase as you gain confidence and experience with the timing and plant responses. The beauty of this approach is its adaptability. Once you master the basic 24-hour cycle with peppers, similar principles apply to tomatoes, eggplants, and other fruiting crops. You're not just learning a feeding schedule, you're developing an understanding of plant biology that will transform every aspect of your gardening success. Ready to revolutionize your pepper harvest? Start implementing this 24-hour feeding system and prepare to be amazed by what your plants can achieve when they get exactly what they need, precisely when they need it. Don't forget to subscribe to the Smart Garden YouTube channel for more breakthrough growing techniques, and share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to take their pepper production to the next level. Your most abundant harvest is just 24 hours away.